Now, case hardening. What is the case hardening? The purpose to harden the surface while maintaining the a tough core. So the core holds. I mean, if you have a material inside, the material would be the same as it was as tough as earlier, or you can say before going through the heat treatment. Okay, but the outer surface. Okay, the outer surface will be having you know mm, a more hardness. The hardness will get increase over the surface. So the surface of that particular material will having a more or high hardness. Okay, by doing the case hardening. So case hardening is just with the name, it suggests the case hardening is the case, or you can say the outer side. Okay, or the surface which we can see. Okay, you can say the upper part of the material, which is the surface or surface area, that gets increase their hardening, and inside of that casing, or you can say the inner part of the material, which is the core, remains the same as it was earlier as tough. Okay, so difference would be the same. So what is the methods? Method are different. I mean, there are total four methods. First one is the carburizing. Second one is the nitriding. Third one is the cyaniding, and fourth one is the carbonitriding. What are they? All are just for if we go with the carburizing, here adding the carbon to the surface layer by heating in a carbon-rich environment. So we will, heat that particular material in the environment where the carbon-rich environment is there, so that the carbon will get attached to the upper surface of that material or that steel, so that its hardness will increase. We know that, I mean, as the carbon content increases, the hardness increases. So only upper part of the surface, the carbon will get attached, and due to that the hardness will increase only for the surface, and the rest part of that material inside, or you can say the core part, would be remain the same as it was earlier, so their toughness would be same. Okay, so toughness of the inner part or inner core would not get altered, but the surface will having a high hardness just by adding or attaching of the carbon molecules. Okay, in the same way, what's the nitriding? The introducing the nitrogen into the surface layer by heating in an ammonia atmosphere. So for this, what we did in the carburizing, same thing we will do in nitriding, but the difference is the environment that we were having earlier as a carbon-rich environment. Now we would be having a nitriding, or you can say ammonia-rich atmosphere, where we are heating the material so that their upper part or our surface will attach the molecules of ammonia over there, so that their content of nitrogen, or nitrogen will get increase, and that's why their hardness will increase, and that induction of induction or incorporation of nitrogen molecules has been done only the surface, outer surface of that material. That's why it is known as the case hardening. Okay, and due to that, only the upper outer side of that material will be having more and more hardness, but the inner part, the core, would be remain same as it was earlier, tough. Okay, so toughness would be the same. Now we talk about the cyaniding. So what is cyaniding? Using the molten cyanide bath to add the carbon and nitrogen. Cyaniding means what? I mean, we are having other, kind of environment where we are adding both carbon and nitrogen both together. So you can think about, in these conditions, we would having the more hardness. If you require the more hardness, then better to go with the cyaniding process, where we can, attach uh, the nitrogen and carbon molecules over the surface of the material or steel. Okay, and that's why the hardness gets increased, and inside of the material, the core remains the same. So only the outer surface will having the attachment or addition of carbon atoms and nitrogen atoms together there. I mean, this is the kind of you can think about using the molten cyanide. So you have the bath, a tub kind of, and you just put that the a little bit heated steel into that. So outer part or surface will get attached. Cyaniding means the carbon and nitrogens, and that will increase your hardness of surface. Okay, The carbonitriding, the simultaneous addition of the carbon and nitrogens. Okay, so here, so yeah, here it was just what is the difference between cyaniding and carbonitriding? Here we are having the molten cyanide bath, right? But here we are doing, addition of carbon and nitrogen simultaneously. Okay, together we are getting these two process again and again. That's why their outer surface will having the more content of addition of carbon and nitrogen, and that's strength. Sorry, their hardness will gets increased. Okay, these all are the process, the food process, and you can say just two process basically. But either we can add carbon, or we can add nitrogen. Sometimes we do it together, or sometimes we do it simultaneously. Okay, so basically just carbon and nitrogen are playing the role in case hardening. Okay, now we go with the application parts. Okay, so gears, camshafts, and wear resistant components, these all are the application parts.